For years, the 0 kilometer loophole has allowed Chinese dealers and Chinese car brands to dump new cars into foreign markets under a used label to bypass regulations and clear inventory. Now, the Chinese government is finally stepping in with a 180-day rule that takes effect on the 1st of January 2026. This is a strategic move to protect the long-term reputation of Chinese brands like BYD, Geely, and Xiaomi. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. And what is going on here? Well, for the last 3 years, we have seen an absolute explosion in Chinese car exports. They have grown enormously over the past 3 years, and particularly in the past year, to places like Europe, where their growth has been staggering. But there is a bit of a dirty secret behind some of those numbers: 0 kilometer used cars. I'm talking about brand new EVs, still with the plastic on the seats, being registered in China for 1 day and then immediately shipped to Central Asia, the Middle East, or Africa as used vehicles. In 2025 alone, more than 500,000 of these cars will be exported. That's a lot. But as of the 1st of January 2026, the Chinese government is killing this practice with a brutal new 180-day rule. Today, we're going to have a look at why China is doing this and why it's actually the best thing that could happen for the long-term survival of Chinese EVs. Now, to understand what's going on, you've got to have a look and ask the question, what is a 0 kilometer used car? You have to understand that this is kind of a scam. Because of the insane price wars in China, manufacturers and dealers are sitting on a mountain of inventory. And don't get me wrong, it's not just Chinese brands, it's legacy automakers sitting on even more inventory. But to get these cars off the books without officially lowering the price of a new car, they register them locally, put a license plate on them, and boom, they're now used. These cars have maybe 20 kilometers on the clock, possibly even less than that. They are perfect. They're pristine. But by selling them through used car channels, they avoid the strict requirements that come with exporting a new car. In 2021, China only exported 15,000 used cars. In 2024, 436,000. So in the space of 3 years, they went from exporting 15,000 used cars to 436,000. Auto industry experts say 80% of those are actually brand new cars, and the figure is probably higher than that. It's a massive grey market that has been used to dump excess production globally. So why is China stopping the party? Well, if this is helping China clear inventory, why are they stopping it? It comes down to one word: reputation. When a car is exported as used by a random trading company, it doesn't come with a manufacturer's warranty. It doesn't have official software support. It doesn't have a spare parts supply chain. Imagine you're a buyer in Uzbekistan or Jordan. You buy a new Zeekr or a Li Auto or any vehicle, any Chinese EV or any Chinese car from a used car dealer. 3 months later, the screen goes black or the battery has some sort of software issue. Something digital it could happen, right? You go to your local official dealer and they say, sorry, we didn't sell this car. We don't have the parts. Your warranty is void. You don't have a warranty because you bought this car used. This has caused a nightmare of consumer complaints. Chinese brands like Chang'an and Great Wall have been screaming for the government to step in because these grey exports are destroying their brand image before they officially even enter these car markets. The new 180-day rule explained. Here is the new law. Starting January the 1st, 2026, if you want to export a car that was registered less than 180 days ago, you must have an after-sales service confirmation document. What exactly is that? Well, here's the catch. That document must be issued and stamped by the original manufacturer. This effectively gives companies like BYD or Geely a veto over who exports their cars. They aren't going to sign that document for a random scalper who is undercutting their official dealers and providing zero service. If the car is older than 180 days, a real used car, it can still be exported easily. But for those nearly new cars, or really what are new cars, the manufacturer now holds all the power. They are linking export eligibility to after-sales responsibility. So this is unquestionably a good thing. There will be an impact on the global market, but what does this mean for the world? Well, number one, price hikes. The flood of cheap 0 kilometer cars is going to pretty well dry up. Expect prices for China EVs in grey markets to rise as supply tightens. Better quality. Buyers will finally have a guarantee that the car they are buying has a service path and it's not going to be an orphan like a Fisker EV. Now, number three, market shake-up. Smaller car buy exporters who will be wiped out. Only the big authorized players who can prove they have service networks in the destination country will survive. So we could see a slight decline in global exports of Chinese cars, but it'll only be a temporary blip, I think. The survival of the fittest is what's happening here. China is moving from volume growth to value growth. They realize that dumping cars might help the balance sheet today, but it kills the brand tomorrow. By forcing a 6-month period or manufacturer approval, they're ensuring that when you buy a Chinese EV or a Chinese plug-in hybrid, it actually works for more than a year, or at least you have support and service that can help you with questions and help you with any potential software bugs. Guys, what do you think? Is this the right move to protect the Made in China brand, or will it just slow down the global EV transition? Let me know in the comments. I'm Sam, the Electric Viking. I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.